Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Mark straight to the Philippines. Today's video, are foreigners exploiting women overseas? Are the passport bros? Are we exploiting this situation, or are we providing a better life? I think we know the answer if you're a regular channel. Let's stay tuned. So I'm making this video in response to a bunch of haters on TikTok, a bunch of angry modern day feminists who toxic modern day women who hate men, don't need no man, but they want a man, and they're all mad when the man's happy. But anyways, so they're saying comments like, y'all go overseas because you can't get a woman back home, or you're just looking for a submissive woman, and blah blah blah. And first off, that's not true. We had women back home, and they married 10 plus years, and look where it got me. Fortunately, loyalty and faithfulness and stuff just don't matter that much anymore in modern day America and a lot of other Western countries. But second, like, are these women submissive? Are we exploiting stuff? Well, no, they're not submissive. If anyone's trying to be like truly controlling and boss them around, they will quickly be single here and kicked out the door. So there's that. They will quickly replace you if you try that. And the second, they're confusing like submissive with like a couple of different things, like the biblical term, which is a video in itself. It's easy to be submissive when the guy loves her like Christ loved the church and loves her unconditionally, would die for her, that sort of thing. So we're not just talking about bossing someone around. And then secondly, they're confusing submissive with being traditional, like a traditional wife or traditional stay-at-home wife or mom. And they want to be that traditional. They want to be a traditional stay-at-home wife and mother. So what's the problem? Like, you're not exploiting them if that's what they want to do. And that's what a lot of modern-day feminists forget. Like, part of the feminist movement was the right to work. And yes, you have the right to work. That's fine. You want to work? Great. Have a great career. Enjoy it. But the flip side of that coin is, if you don't want to work, if you want to be a stay-at-home wife or mom, that's cool too. Like, that should be cool. That's feminists are all about choice, right? So what's the problem? But they hate that. They don't even like that with American women. They don't like the traditional wife at home with American women. They definitely don't like it overseas with men going overseas and finding greener pastures and better lives. So are men being exploitive? I want to focus on this a little bit because a lot of comments are like, oh, you're exploiting this situation and you're taking advantage of these poor girls, blah, blah, blah. And first, when they make comments like that, they're insulting the men, but they're also insulting the girls. And we saw that a ton with like the original videos where they would attack. First, they attacked the passport bros, but then they started attacking the Filipinos too. Like saying things like, oh, y'all don't even speak good English, and you're uneducated, and you're ignorant, and you're poor, and like all this nasty, terrible things. So it's really bad. It's like they hate, it's sexism, they hate men. It's racism, they hate white men. And it's racism because they don't like Asian girls, especially traditional ones. And you could say it's also like anti-Christian and other stuff too. They just hate any sort of old-fashioned religion and all that stuff. But are they being exploited? There's two things they usually look at, and that's age and money. So let's look at that. Age, first let's just address it. They don't care about age. Age gaps are very common. They don't care. So they would rather have an older man that's going to be a faithful, loving provider than the young man that's going to cheat and leave them as soon as they get pregnant. The locals, like a lot of Filipino local men, are great. They're very romantic and old-fashioned that way. But unfortunately, because of poverty and everything, a lot of them do leave and abandon their kids and their family once they get pregnant because they just can't afford it. And they all know countless friends or relatives that have had that happen to them. So they know like an older guy from a different country, different values, who wants to settle down, have family, wants a long-term relationship. They're a lot less likely to do that. So they want the older man. They don't care about the age gaps. They just want a good provider. Ding, ding, ding. Same as Western women. And age gaps are kind of normal in the West too, like 5, 10 years. Lots of 25-year-old women in America dating 35-year-olds. It's not that weird. It's just weirder to us when you see the older retired guys with the younger girls. But that's not even the case necessarily anymore. That still exists, obviously. But again, they're okay with it. But also, like the whole passport bros, because they try to lump us all in together, right? Like, oh, passport bros, you're old foreigner. Like, those passport bros are under 40. Like, are definitely under 50. So, like, the term passport bros actually started in the black community, then it spread. But there's so many young foreigners, like 20, 30, 40 years old, just middle age, 35, 50, whatever. So, like, is a 40-year-old with a 27-year-old, is that a huge age gap? Like, it's a little bit, but it's not completely that different from America. It's a 30-year-old with a 21-year-old, that not really. Like, that's same back home. So this whole, like, oh, you can't find girls your own age and blah blah. Well, we can, and we did, and why would we want to now? You go on a dating site at 40 years old as a single man, prospects aren't looking too good. Lots of single MEMs and 4 kids, 4 different guys, and 300-pound plus and everything. And I'm not making fun of weight or anything. I'm not the smallest guy either, but we don't like our options there, or we can go somewhere else and have much better options. And why not? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with having choices? Alright guys, I'm going to break this down to 2 parts. I'm going to make this 2-part video, just because it's going to be a little bit long. So this is part 1. Come back for part 2 later tonight. I'll go over the financial situation in part 2. But definitely come back for that. Anyways, like the video if you liked it. It really helps out the channel. I really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you agree, disagree, think I'm right or wrong, or think I'm crazy, or think they're crazy, or love to hear your opinions on it. And yeah, like, subscribe if you want to. Really helps me out. If not, that's cool too. I'll see you next time. God bless. Peace.